The sky blue suede coat was draped over her arm. She handed it to Lemon. He smiled as he opened it wide so she could step inside, slip her hands into the arms and ease it on. He guided my mother out of the door with a hand placed gently in the small of her back, and a moment later, in a mixed aroma of hairspray and aftershave, musky perfume and animal hide, they were gone. A Cupboard Full of Coats is the story of a young woman, Jinx, whose mother was murdered 14 years before the story starts, and an old family friend who she hasn't seen since that time comes to visit her, and they talk about what happened and who was really responsible. Developing my characters was an organic process. I found myself looking at the plot and thinking, well, what type of a woman would be in a relationship like this? What experiences would a person have had to have gone through in order for them to think that it was acceptable, or that they didn't have options, or to not make an effort to free themselves from an oppressive situation? What type of person would be the best friends of somebody who he knows beats his partner up? And my characters came from that process, just trying to understand what kinds of people might act in these particular ways, and then finding a backstory that made them real enough to act in the ways that they do. When I was told that A Cupboard Full of Coats had been longlisted for the Booker Prize, I think I had a number of feelings all at once. So I was ecstatic, I was humbled, and I think I was terrified. All of the books that I've read during my lifetime have had an influence or an impact on my writing and my person. I very much love the late Bernice Rubens. She was one of my favourite writers, and I think that I particularly enjoyed her capacity to take a character and strip them down to their psychological core, and I think that I do that with my characters in A Cupboard Full of Coats. I also love Joanne Harris of Chocolat, and she, in her books, does absolutely incredible descriptions of food, so you're reading and salivating at the same time, and that I very much admire, and I think that I've brought that to my own novel. I'm a bit of a foodie anyway, so perhaps maybe I might have gotten there anyway, but I think that throughout most of my life, every big occasion, definitely every big family occasion, has been marked by the preparation and serving up of fine foods, and most especially fine Caribbean foods. In my book, Lemon does a lot of cooking. The very first dish that he cooks for Jinx is soup. And in the Caribbean, soup is not just a sustenance, it's a remedy. Any sign of illness, when I was ill, when I was younger, if either my brother or I were ill, that would be my mum's sign to whip the soup pot out and to begin to cook the soup that would help to make us better. And Lemon cooking that soup for Jinx, he's not just feeding her, he's actually beginning the process of repairing her and healing her. I have been very pleased with the feedback from my book. It's fantastic, the reviews that say that it's it's a book with an elegant structure, with accessible characters, that the characters are really well defined, and it was a very humbling experience to have the Daily Mail review my book and say that I was one to watch. my head is currently filled to the brim and bursting with my second novel, and I really, really must get going on it. But at the moment, my life is slightly crazy, and I'm juggling work and being a mum and all the publicity around my novel. I need things to shift in my life a bit, really, to open a space for me to write. And as soon as that happens, I'll be ready.